live with Beer Man.
Oh no, my phone, man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? Oh, we lost Miscellaneous. We got another beer and cheese Tuesday for you, and we're gonna rock the house with some cheese and beer and see if they pair well. How does that sound? We have a great panel here today. Thank you guys for showing up. We got Thrash Life.
Cheers.
Bumpy, cheers. Bumpy Road Brewery.
Hello.
We have Thomas Metal 75.
Hello.
We have Miscellaneous Brew Reviews once he pops back in. All right, and Beer Man, of fucking course. So let's say hello to the chat. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are awesome, and you're what make it. So thank you so much. Metal Guy 83. Cheers. So glad you're here, man. Recently hooked up with that guy. He's pretty cool. Patch of Heaven Farm. Thank you, Patch. Cheers. And Big Houston. I haven't seen you in a long time. Cheers to you, man. All right, man. Let's get this going. Let's get Brian up here.
Oh, cheers, everybody. Happy Tuesday, man.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating Thanksgiving. So, yeah, it's that time of year. And tonight I have from Mont Charret the goat cheese with pumpkin spice.
Ooh.
Did you guys have this one yet?
No.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
So this one, 4 servings, 80 calories per serving. So ain't gonna kill me if you eat the whole thing. It's a little 4-ounce soft cheese. So this is very, very spreadable. If you haven't had Mont Chevrolet, they put out really good product. They have a really good blueberry one that's like this. Is awesome. Anyway,
Nice.
off on a tangent. The beer that I brought tonight is a homebrew that I made about a month ago, and it's a specialty IPA. And what makes it so special? I made it. That's what makes it so special. This is 6.9% alcohol by volume IPA. It has 11 pounds of 2-row US, half a pound of Carapils, and half a pound of Crystal 20. It was a 5-gallon batch using Equinaut and Northern Brewer hops. And I used Fermentus FL USO5 as almost a norm because it's such a clean fermenting yeast. So, yeah, we'll dive into this stuff. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Cheerio.
Let's get Bumpy up here.
All right. Well, the cheese
Thanks,
I'm
Brian.
bringing is from Roth Cheese, and this one is a 3 chili pepper Gouda cheese.
Ooh, yeah.
Ingredients are cultured pasteurized milk, pickled flavoring, mixed chipotle, habanero, and jalapeno peppers, water, vinegar, salt, calcium chloride, salt, enzymes, dried flavoring mix, chipotle, habanero, and bell peppers, and salt. So that's what's inside this cheese, and this is what it looks like. On the outside there, it's got a nice rind.
Nice.
Looks like it's got maybe some spice to that rind. Inside, it's a nice white, well, kind of yellowish Gouda with peppers throughout, as you can see. I cut up the side that I'm going to eat. It's definitely not smoked Gouda, but it does have a nice sweet smell to it. Get a little hint of a pepper on the quick sniff there. The beer that I'm bringing is from Upper Pass Beer Company. They're out of Vermont. I don't know exactly what town in Vermont. Stowe, Vermont. Oh no, it's brewed. It's brewed for Upper Pass Beer Company by Von Trapp Brewing Company in Stowe, Vermont. Wherever Upper Pass is out, they're out of Vermont anyways. But yeah, this is called Fred, and it is an American red ale. Says it's an easy drinking red ale hopped with Centennial and Chinook. Fred's Red is brewed with a blend of darker malts that meet in the middle of the road to create perfect balance.
Nice.
I guess Fred ran for Vermont Senate back in 1988. He was a dairy farmer and a veteran.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Salute.
All right. So Fred pours with a kind of khaki colored head, fairly tight bubbles, frothy on top. I just realized I don't have my other light on over here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's a deep, deep red amber coloration. It's not going to really show up on camera because the lighting is not really in the right spot for the camera. Now I'm blurry. There, I'm back. All right. But yeah, it looks the part of a really rich red ale. So, cheers.
Cheers, man.
Looks good. Cheers, man.
All right. All right. Let's get Miscellaneous back.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Thanks,
So
Bumpy.
cheese I've got tonight is the Memolette. This is from Normandy, France. It's semi-hard and fruity, cave aged for 6 months. Yeah. So there's the cheese. There's the rind. When you see this whole, like a whole cannonball of this, it actually looks like a cantaloupe. Pretty interesting. Yeah. That's the cheese. And said it goes good with some malty, chocolatey dark beer. So, yeah, I've got a Founders KBS Mackinac Fudge. Bottled on 9/25/20, so it's over a year old now. 11% ABV. Good thing Alex isn't here. Asking me where I got this. Yeah. About a 1.5 finger, pretty tight knit, cocoa looking head. Dark opaque, can't see through it.
Looks good to me.
Smells
Thanks.
good.
Hells yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Cheers.
Cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Cheers. All right. Get Eric up here.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
Oh.
Already chopped up the cheese. We're just doing plain old Lucerne pepper jack cheese. Ooh, there you go.
Nice.
Very good. Kind of soft, pliable cheese. And the beer is called One Hop this time. It's a single hop hazy IPA from the Night Shift Brewing Company in Everett, Massachusetts, made with the Yukonaut Cryo Hop. Yeah.
Wow.
ABV.
That's what's in my homebrew too.
Yeah. And it was canned on 6/26/2021. Again, 6% ABV. And if you listen to the northernbrewer.com, you should be getting melon, berry, orange peel, lime, vine, and fresh peppery kind of flavors from this beer. And they talk about, well, Untapped has a little description which says it's going to have, where does it say? It said something about a sweet wheat character. So I'm guessing white wheat malt being utilized in this particular beer. Very cool. Yeah, this is their, obviously, One Hop this time is their single hop series. I must have had some other ones in the past, but this is the only one I can actually recall grabbing. So, all right, we'll let the head formulate, I suppose. Not quite the beer master pour, but almost. Looks good. Cheers.
Nice. Yeah. That's great. Excellent head. Jeez.
Oh,
Cool. Thanks, Eric. Right on.
cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cool.
All right, man. Got a great chat going on right now. Cheers, guys. Dio just
Yeah.
popped in. Right on. Cool. So I've got a brie tonight. I didn't do any studying or anything. I just kind of like wanted to do something and see if it would go with it. I'm not going to eat the rind of this, though. It smells like ammonia. but it's the Supreme. It was like really nice. It came in a box, like this box thing, and it's wrapped up like a gift. And it looks like this. And it won't go anywhere because it's like really sticky, like paste. I took the rind off the top just so you can see the shiny gleam of the creamy cheese in the center there that I want to eat. So, yeah, and it's you guys have seen Brie before, but this one's really, really, really wet and moist. All right, so, all right, this I've done this before. I think I did it on Eric's Wild Card or something like that, but it's an Ouzo Finch. I've done it twice. I did a review also of it, but he had some in there, and I was like, I'm gonna do a fruited sour, a puree fruited sour with this. See if it goes good with it, kind of like the goat cheese does, you know. So this is the Ouzo Finch. This is a used guys. That's what it's called. It's a heavily pureed sour ale. I only know this because I've had it, but with tangerine, cream cheese, vanilla, lactose, and other natural artificial flavors. It's a 6%, and these guys are out of Fort Monroe, Virginia. And it's a 620. I did the scan thing on the date of the can, and it was like 620, which is fine. I mean, these can last a little bit, I guess. So, oh damn, dude! I had it upside down. It got all poppy. Whoa, that's so thick, dude.
Yeah, it is.
God.
It's like very pulpy orange juice.
Yeah, it does.
It's crazy.
Or something like that.
It does. It looks like orange juice, like pulpy orange juice for sure. Nice finger head going into almost 2, cascading like that. It's real nice. Opaque beer. Just smells like I remember it, man. Very fruity, very tropical, and we'll get into it. But yeah, that's that. So let's cheers, guys. Let's bring Brian back up. Right.
So Josh was saying that I was like the odd man out, so it said I wasn't wearing glasses, so I thought I'd like triple up on you.
Yeah.
I still can't see shit, but anyway, thought I'd get a kick out of that. Someone would get a kick out of it. Anyway, the homebrew, it's got the Equinaut hop that Eric's got in his beer, which is really cool. The only difference is that I use the Equinaut for the bittering, so you don't taste the flavor of the aromas off of it. So that's the only downfall of it. It's a very high alpha acid, and that's why I used it for the IPA to get that bitterness up there. But let's go in for smell. Very fruity, piney. It's not a Nipa. This is more West Coast style. So you get some of the fruits from the hopness. What was it I had in here? Northern Brewer hops. The pininess comes from the Equinaut, bittering down throughout the boil. Good malt presence. The crystal comes out really nice on the nose. This one balanced out pretty good with a BGGU at a 1.3, which is not bad at all. 4.1 on the SRM. Like I said, it's 6.9% ABV, and you don't want to go on a diet with this. It's 223 calories per 12-ounce serving. So. All right, so let's go ahead and go in for taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's do it, Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's all yeast. No.
I put a medium carboness on here. Dances on the tongue very nicely. The malt profile is there. Bitterness is up front and dies pretty quick on the way back. You're left with a really good maltiness on this thing. Plays good with the senses on the nose as well. When you swallow it, you get that in turn, the smell incorporated with the taste as well. So. Yeah, it's not too overpowering on the bitterness. This would be a mild IPA for that. Pretty nice. The cheese, the Montchevre goat cheese spice pumpkin. I was trying to lick this damn package clean. This thing is like awesome. I have it on
Yeah.
have it on here, but it's very soft. It's very spreadable, but as you cut it, it kind of like flakes apart in a way. So if you see it, it is a very sticky, moist cheese, as Beer Man's cheese is as well. The smell on it, very sweet. I mean, it's like goat cheese usually has a specific scent to it. I don't kind of get it in this one. It's more of a sweet. What would it be? It would be like cream cheese, kind of the cream cheese smell with a little bit of the spice in there, but it's very, very mild. And the taste on it, cream cheese with the pumpkin spice in there, but it's balanced. It's very well balanced. You get a tartness at the end, sticks under your tongue, really nice. God, what else to say about this thing? It's a pretty good cheese. I mean, I'll buy it again. It's really nice. You ever get a chance to get that? I like all the products that come from there so far. So, you want to do both at the same time now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So since I already have the cheese flavor in my mouth, I'll go that first.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's overpowering. We'll find out.
It tastes like cheese. Okay, so I took the cheese and then drank the IPA. Since it's a mild IPA, the bitterness didn't blow it away, which is really cool. The maltness really wrapped itself around the cream cheese portion of it, and the spices came through at the end. So you get this kind of a tartness, sweetness, maltiness all at once. Pretty well balanced for all of it going together here. But at the end, you're left with that pumpkin spice, which is pretty cool, and a little bit of the sweetness from the cheese itself. So it doesn't obliterate each other. They actually go pretty well together. Let me try and do just the opposite. Let me take a drink of beer and then do the cheese and see if anything happens differently. I doubt it, but... No, but it's about the same. Pretty well. I mean, it's your senses are all on fire with this thing. It's like it's just so nice to have the creaminess and the maltiness and the slight bitterness that's in there. At the end, you get that spicy note in there, and the sweetness kind of fades it out with that little bit of tartness underneath the tongue. Very nice. I like it.
Nice. Excellent, man.
That was weird.
That is really good. Good to hear. I want to find that cheese, actually. I think they got to have it over at Fred Meyer. Cool. Thanks,
I think
Brian.
if you tried to dunk the cheese in the beer, the cheese would fall apart there, Thrashlift.
Speaking of Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
Hey, neighbor. The aromas on this red ale, a lot of the hops come through. It's very pine and a bit of a hello Telly citrus note. I think more pine. There's some of that kind of rich malt. I'd say kind of a bit on the more of a toasted biscuit type aroma versus like a real like breadiness. But yeah, let's get some flavors here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers, my brother.
Cheers, Bumpy.
This one's pretty hoppy for a red ale. It's got that biscuit type flavor going for it with the malt. It does taste a little bit burnt as well, and the hops kind of really hit like almost immediately with this. I'd say a little bit on a citrus like rind type flavor note, and then there's some definite pine that follows up on the finish. And I would say this one's pretty like kind of like a medium to a high bittering flavor on it. One thing I didn't mention, or two things I didn't mention, is it's a 5.9% ABV and 35 IBUs. It drinks a bit heftier than 35 IBUs, that's for sure. So I'm not sure if like, maybe some of the burnt kind of flavor from that malt is joining in with the bittering effect that happens at the finish.
Yeah.
Not a sweet red ale at all. No. Medium body, kind of a lower medium carbonation to it. And a little bit of grain as well in there on that sip coming through. It's live time, so it's time to be noisy in my house. Yeah, you get smells from the cheese are they're cheesy. It smells like a Gouda for the most part. A bit kind of sweet buttery type notes. A little bit of the peppers are coming through. The flexibility on this cheese, it's pretty like flexy and rubbery like. Cutting through this, it took a lot to get the knife to actually go through, because it was just sticking to the knife as I was trying to cut down. I had to hold the board and the cheese down while I pulled the knife out. It was kind of like pulling the sword out of the stone. But yeah, let's eat some.
Nice cheesers.
Cheesers.
Cheers.
Yeah, very chewy. Takes a while for it to kind of break down in your mouth. Lots of salt. Things loaded with like salt. A little bit of a like a buttery type flavor, milk, and then you start to really get some slight pepper notes, like flavors of pepper, and then it really does bring quite a bit of heat. Not like eating a packy chip type heat, but it's quite spicy on the palate. So we eat the cheese. I'm not really liking the rind. When I eat the rind, it kind of has more of like a hard chewiness to it. It's not quite pleasant, and it kind of has an off flavor. It kind of gives it this kind of almost rubbery type flavor. So I'm trying to avoid the rind from now on.
Never
Cheers.
a dull moment.
Cheers to the extended family over there.
Yeah, it just not as disappointing as last week, but yeah, this beer definitely doesn't go with this cheese. It washes any of that kind of butteriness away, and what I'm left with is just heat and burnt flavors from the beer. So it's not really working too well. I will try the beer and then the cheese, although now all I have is just hot spiciness on my palate. beer is almost flavorless besides burnt. At least eating the cheese after drinking that beer, you get that nice kind of butteriness from the cheese. The salt kind of comes through a bit. And that spicy heat is still there, for sure. So, yeah, I'll be thinking of a score on these. Yeah.
Dang.
Well, that sucks, Bump. Oh.
Yeah. That's how we learn here, though. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
It's
this
good,
is almost
thing.
like when I was when I had COVID there at the start, when I was starting to lose my taste and my smell. It's kind of where this is almost going. It's like not flavorful enough on either end. So I don't know.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Call 'em like you see them.
Well, sorry, Bumpy. On to Miscellaneous. Thank you.
You know what? Fuck you, Fred. All right, so yeah, the what's it? Mimolette. So yeah, that's a picture of what the cheese actually looks like.
Wow.
Coming around like that, all cratery and shit because the cave age, and it's got something to do with mites or something like that. All right, so all right, I guess I'll start with the beer. KBS Maple Macnac Fudge, over a year old. Big boasting notes of maple syrup for sure. Very dominant in this one. Slight chocolate. Coffee's almost gone on the nose. Smells really good. For 11%, doesn't really smell boozy. Smells pretty sweet and decadent. I got some shit on my shirt. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, miss.
Dominant coffee forward on the flavor of the beer, though. Full body beer, low carbonation. Definitely, like I said, coffee up front, followed up with that fudgy chocolate. Maple syrup's there. It's very light. I'm surprised how light it's coming through on the flavor, as dominant as it is on the nose. It's definitely there, though. Not getting too much cask anymore. Not too much of the barrel. But there's, I guess, I don't know, with the chocolate and the maple syrup, it's kind of hard to pick up a vanilla. It's almost like melts in with that. So, all right, let's move on to the cheese. The Mimolette. It's a hard cheese. It is brittle. It breaks. It's been sitting out a bit, so it's got a little bit of flex to it. Smell. I'm gonna start with the rind. So sweet, musty. It does smell almost like a cave. You know, if you ever had like a trunk of old comic books, and you open it up, that's kind of what it's got going for it on the rind. But yeah, sweet, fruity, slight funk, almost like a mildewy kind of thing. But I guess that would come from being aged in a cave. On the actual cheese, the inside though, I'm not going to eat that rind. There's no way. There's mites involved. I'm good. But on the nose, it smells like a sharp cheddar, salty. Got a little bit of a sweetness to it. A little bit nutty. I did do a little research on this, and they say that this is close to that Edam cheese out of Holland that they make. I guess this is just more like a French style of it. Smells good. Cheers.
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 So yeah, it is. It's a bit dry. It almost like cracks and breaks in your mouth. I'm surprised I got as good a slices as I did. As dry as it is, I figured it would just crumble apart. Slightly rubbery from the hardness of the cheese. It's a drier cheese. It's got like a tangy, like a sharp cheddar, not extra sharp. Salt's there. It's good. After you eat it and you finish on it, you get a breath. It does have like a sweet fruitiness to it. Fruit wise, I couldn't discern what kind of fruit. Slightly pasty. It's just dried cheese. It's good though. Jammerless and lime. It's a very umami, salty, savory kind of cheese. And I read that it goes well with chocolate, stouts, and porters and things like that. So we'll find out. Jammer had high regards for this cheese. That's interesting. Wipe the coffee flavor damn near completely out. Chocolate comes through good, still with it. And the maple syrup. It's an interesting combo. It's like a sweet and savory, savory then sweet. Didn't ramp up any of the booze, didn't change any bitterness or really anything like that. Definitely drowned out the coffee. Cheese before the beer, so I'm gonna have the beer and then try the cheese. See what happens with that.
Cheesers.
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 Cheese.
Keep it sleazy.
Man. Cheese before beer. It almost kind of smothered it. Yeah. Definitely eat the cheese and then have the beer would be the way I recommend this. At least this particular cheese. God damn, it's dry. So, yeah, I'll think of a score. I would recommend this cheese, though. We'll talk about that next round.
All right.
Cool.
Cool, man. Thank you, Miscellaneous. All right. Cheers. Let's bring Eric up.
I don't think I want to pour the end of that can. No. Chunky beer? Mm. What is that beer? Once again, we got the one hop at this time. It's their single hop hazy IPA from Night Shift Brewing, and it's with you cannot cryo hops at 6%, done at the can at the end of October. So here's the beer once again. This will be paired with some Lucerne pepper jack cheese. So we do have some nice lacing coming out on the glass. Looks like some nice puffy clouds. And it is more of a brighter orangier color. Maybe that's a better kind of look at the color right about there, said beer. The nose on it is definitely, I'm definitely getting a liminess, a papaya kind of note there. Maybe like a definitely citrusy overall. I'm getting a green kind of vegetal note and some pepperiness as well. I think that's the Yukonot really showing what it's got in there. And they said it's got white wheat malt. There's something that kind of is reminding me of that essence as well. And just some white bready malt underneath. Maybe a little tiny itty bitty amount of the bubblegum yeasty thing, but not a whole bunch of that. Not super over the top sweet, but it does smell like it's going to be an interesting IPA. So let's give that a taste. Cheers.
Nice, man. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, there's definitely a peppery already out of the gate, like a black pepper, like a black kind of cracked pepper thing, but not too overborne. I can see how people can say that you get like a lime kind of sensation out of this hop, and I can totally buy into that, and some tropical fruit juice kind of notes to it. Maybe a little bit of grapefruit, maybe more like the guava, the papaya, the really like those kind of fruits that you're really putting in the fruit smoothies like that. I mean, a little bit of oranginess, but more like those tropical smoothie kind of fruit juices in there. Now let's try the Lucerne cheese. Oh, did I mention the beer is pretty crisp, moderately crisp. It's got a nice effervescence to it. It is on possibly the low side, but I'm going to go with a straight up medium body, and it is very clean and refreshing. So that is nice. You're getting left with a little itty bitty amount of oily dankness, but not a whole bunch. So let's try it. The Lucerne cheese.
Geezers, man.
Nice cheesers, man. Yeah. That's right.
It's not super hard, but it isn't creamy like a brie or something. It's soft. Let's put it that way. So I had a creamy texture. When I did give it an aroma test, you can actually get some amount of saltiness out of it. Not like a Goza kind of beer salty, but it does have a saltiness to it. So the cheese itself does come across that way. It's almost like a mild cheddar in a way. And then you get some pepper spice. Not like a black pepper, which you're getting the actual pepper plant spice in there. Like a really spicy kind of jalapeno almost spice. I think that's the best way to put it before it ever got to like the jalapeno kind of spicing. So let's try it with said beer. Cheers.
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 So for me, at least, you're getting the peppers. You're getting with the beer. Yeah, with the beer, I'm getting much more of the actual vegetal note of the pepper inside of the cheese. That green vegetal note's coming out a lot further, and the spice builds up a lot more intensely on the palate. What else? I would say some of that saltiness is coming out. So everything that's in that cheese just kind of get amplified. And what else can I tell you? I was going to say the beer came across immediately as maybe slightly sweeter, but I think the finish of the beer is even much drier, quicker. So beer much drier, quicker. Cheese, everything in flavor just gets amplified and more of a green vegetal note out of that. So yeah, if you really like peppery kind of spice without going too crazy, but you do get it. This is an interesting combination. I think the Yukonat hops and some spicier peppery notes of cheese or whatever food is a good match if you like that.
Nice.
So far, so good. Very interesting.
Cheers, man.
Awesome, man. Cheers. All right, Eric. Thanks.
You got it.
All right. Okay, so like this cheese, I'm not gonna eat the rind because, like I said, it smells like ammonia, and I don't want to get sick. But I'm gonna do the beer first. Actually, I think that's a better. I don't know. Maybe that works better. So we'll go into the nose. It's very puree ringed, ring around the glass of puree. It looks like puree, like a real meaty ass mango juice or orange juice or something. Actually, looks more mango-y on my end. It's actually got what did I say it had? Tangerine. Tangerine's the thing. So let's get into the nose. Okay, so you get the vanilla and the tangerine right off the bat. It's got a sweet. It kind of smells like yogurt. It's got like a Greek yogurt fruit on the bottom kind of thing. Once you mix it up, you get that fruit and then that kind of like a vanilla yogurt or something. It's exactly what it's like. Tiki said he's ready for a sour about now, and I'm actually looking forward to this right now. So it sounds good. I love these. This one's delicious.
Sounds
Um,
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good.
I haven't
Yeah,
had it.
don't let Josh get a hold of it.
third time I've bought it, and I if he has more, I'm gonna buy more because it's just so good. But and you guys should be able to get this. I think it's on your end. I don't know, but maybe okay. But yeah, so looking at it again, yeah, vanilla, tangerine. I think yogurt fruit on the bottom, tangerine fruit on the bottom, or some kind of thing going on. But vanilla and that is just dominant. It just looks thick, nice, thick, pureed, opaque beer. Medium rising bubble, maybe. It's kind of hard to see the carbonation. But let's get into this drink. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
I remember you talking about that. It's like a pulpy fucking Orange Julius type of thing.
Oh, yeah. And it still is. It does have that, it has that tart factor in it, but it's a little more tart than like say a yogurt or something actually. A little more sour, a little more lactic forward. But it actually tastes like tangerines are actually kind of sour. They're a little more, they're sweet, but they're a little more like tart. I think, in my opinion. I mean, my mom had a tree in the backyard growing up, so we used to pick them all the time. They're more of like a tart kind of thing. So it really does taste like a sweet tangerine wrapped around vanilla. It's just really good, like in a bunch of marshmallows or something.
I heard their beers are pretty sour.
This one's.
Diesel Finch.
I'd like to try their other stuff actually. This one's good though. This is more tart sweet.
Yeah,
tart
you're like
thing.
pucker faced a little bit there.
A little bit, yeah. There's a little like that, but it's more sweet. You get that sweetness as you kind of like a lemon drop or something, and you get to the candy part and it gets sweeter. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But very good though. It's meaty. Like I said, it's thick. It's puree forward. It's grips the tongue, grips the mouth, the palate, everything. There's 6%. It's not real big on the alcohol. It's drinkable as ever. I mean, this is very good with the goat cheese, like a vanilla goat or something like that. Let's get the cheese going now. So I'm gonna cut this down a little. It's very, 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 very moist and very like pasty, like almost like. God, I mean, I could show you. It's gooey.
Oh, that ought to go good with that.
Time to sit out too, so it's got like buttery, like butter consistency.
Buttery, really thick and viscous, buttery, lathering. It's almost like a lotion in the mouth.
Lotion in the mouth.
But it does have that buttery, milky, creamy, cow milky thing going on or something. You get all that mixture and those components in this, and it's just so lathering over the whole mouth. It just, and you want something to wash it down. You know what I'm saying? It does have a little salinity in there. It's got that salty feel expression in there with the milky cheese. Yeah, I mean, it's really good, actually. I think this might go really well with this. Let's do cheese before beer since it's already in my mouth. I'm going to go ahead and get another. It's really hard to. I can't.
Put some more in your mouth.
Put some more in there.
Put some moistness in your mouth.
Lotion that tongue.
I just don't want. I don't want ammonia in my mouth.
Wow. Ooh. Woo.
Okay.
I'm just scared of mold. That's why I don't eat that.
Tastes like you put butter in your mouth with a little cow milk.
Whoa, that's an idea.
Ooh.
This just washed it down. It's not potent enough. The cheese isn't potent enough even over this sour. I mean, this sour is dominating as hell. Okay. No. In the aftertaste, clench your tongue and stuff. To your palate and all that good stuff. You get a little bit of a milky cow milk thing, like out of the can, like a condensed milk thing or something, without the sweetness though. Not like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beer than the cheese. Mm-mm. Ew. That tastes like paper. The cheese tasted like nothing after
Wow.
when I had the beer first. Hell no. Don't even do
Nope.
that.
Oh,
That's a big nope.
Nope.
Yeah. You can't taste shit when you do it before. It's like brushing your teeth and trying to taste an IPA after it or something. It's really hard. But yeah, so
It's
that's
really hard.
I would stick with the sours like this, or even like a regular just fruited sour, the clear ones, like a Berliner Weiss or something like that, unhazed, whatever the fuck. But have a goat cheese with that, not this shit. All right, so it's good cheese. It's just not with this. All right, so let's bring up Brian, man. See what his last thoughts are.
Okay, so last thoughts on this one. This is Mont Chevrolet goat cheese spice pumpkin. I'm really happy with this. Very, very happy. By itself, I'm going to give it. Well, let me go through kind of the stuff I was saying. Nice and creamy, very moist. It is. It's on the sweet side, but at the end, when you're done eating it, you get the spice from it, which is really nice. Very happy with it. I'm going to give it a 94 out of 100.
Nice.
That is a good cheese. I will buy that again. Believe me. I have to. I'm
I
trying
had
to.
one last year.
Trying
I
to
got a
save some
pumpkin
for the
goat
wife so
cheese.
she can try it. So, for the beer, it's my home brew. It's a specialty IPA. This one wasn't too bad. It didn't hit the mark on the IBUs that I was going for. Probably because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the hops that I have up in the house. So I didn't want to use all my El Dorado because I had other things to do. So this one used the Yukonot for the bittering hop. It came out as kind of a mild specialty IPA, from a bitterness standpoint. And it came out really good. I mean, with the carapils and everything on here, you can see the stickiness on the glass. Very nice sweet malt profile with it. It was a very yummy beer. It's not bad at all. I'm going to score this as a 92 out of 100. So it's an A, but it's not a
Nice.
high A where I'm used to brewing at. I was kind of like using up ingredients to do it. So that's my excuse. So we have a 92. What's up, Vanessa? Together, these things actually blended very well. Both ways, wimey, dimey, 60-90. When you were eating cheese first or taking drinking the beer first and eating the cheese, it was coming out the same. They were blending very well. Nothing was really overpowering anything else. With that said, I'm going to give it a 95 out of 100 for the pairing. It's very good. I would have them both together again. Yes. So
Excellent.
very nice. So
All right,
thank you
man.
for having me, my friend.
Cool.
And then are
Yeah.
we doing shout outs after?
Yeah, might as well. Just do
Okay,
that.
we'll do it for
Cool. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Thrash. Appreciate it. Right on. I'm glad that worked. Cool.
Mhm.
All right, let's get Bumpy.
Yeah, that 3 pepper Gouda from Roth cheese. The buttery kind of milkiness was okay, but then like slammed with salt and just the way that the peppers seemed to like overtake everything. There was just too much spice for such a kind of low flavored cheese. I'm gonna land it right around. I'm gonna give it an 87 for the cheese. This beer, Fred Red Ale, which Tommy Carroll asked about if he was the governor. No, he was a candidate for the United States Senate for Vermont in 98. I think I said 88 at first, but it is 98. And this beer is not all that appealing. It's too burnt. It's kind of I want to say mild in flavor, but I mean it's got like burnt biscuits, and then that kind of that rindy citrus and pine on a fairly noticeable bitterness level for the finish. It's just not really enjoyable to drink, though. I land this one down in the high 70 range. I'll give it a 79 out of 100, and they definitely did not pair well together. So, yeah, that's that. That's all I got. Another bad cheese and beer experience from me.
Darn it, dude. That's the fun of this whole thing, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, Bumpy, you got 3 more of those.
Yep.
Nice, man. Well,
It's not
thank
a
you.
charity beer, is it?
It is a charity beer.
Is it a charity?
Oh, shit.
Portion of these proceeds from the sale will be donated to support the efforts of the Recreation Committee in Tunebridge, Vermont.
Huh.
Thank you,
Fred.
Tunebridge.
Well, hello, Fred, and goodbye. All right, man. Thanks, Bumpy. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Miscellaneous.
All right. So let's start with the cheese. The Mimolette, it's good. I like it. It might not be for everybody. Like I said, it's an extremely dry cheese, hard textured, crumbly. Like I said, I mean, on here, sometimes the texture of the cheese it varies, depending on what you got, what your room temperature is. Initially, yeah, very, very hard, dry cheese. I enjoyed it though. Like I said, did have good aromas. It was like I said, it was like a sharp cheddar with some sweet, some funk, some salt. Not bad. I would like to try maybe a couple different brands, if that's possible. I don't know. That's the first time that's ever hit the store, but it's pretty good. I think I'd scored around a 94. So they said it's in a similar family to that Edam cheese. So just, yeah, 94. Definitely worth trying. If you see it, it is a little spendy, but definitely worth trying. As for the KBS Mackinac Fudge, what is it, year and 2 months old, it's held up pretty good. Like I said, nose was really good. It's definitely changing now. Maple's fading, coffee's coming more forward. Starting to get a little hint of that alcohol at 11%. And surprisingly, it's starting to mellow out now. It's not real coffee dominant. Maple's coming through a lot more now. Chocolate's there. It's pretty good. I've had scores all over the place from this thing because I've tried it so many different times, and there was a few times there where I was finding things that I didn't like about it, and it was knocking it down. And like I said, for after a year, it's still pretty good. I'd buy this again if they make it again, if that's ever gonna happen. I'd still stick it around like a 90, a 97. It's good. So, yeah, together, I probably should have tried the cheese once this warmed up a little bit with it, but I did like the fact that the cheese totally knocked down that very, very strong coffee that was up front, almost completely eliminated it, brought more of that maple sweetness out. Chocolate notes were hitting good because the Beer sweet, cheese was savory, umami. It was good. I'd probably put it at a 95. Maybe I went with a little bit too rich of a beer. I think if I brought something that didn't have coffee in it that was more chocolate forward would be fantastic. Maybe even some with some fruit, maybe like a raspberry chocolate stout or something like
Yeah.
that would have contrasted a lot better. But still good.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good deal. Cool.
That's
Cool.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man. Thank you. All right. Let's get Eric up here.
All right, everybody. Cheers to the cheese and the beer. So, again, we're doing one hop this time, a single hop hazy IPA from Night Shift with the Yukonot cryo hops. So I'm really noticing with some of this Lucerne, I'm going to show you that it actually has a little bit of peppers. There we go. Let's try that one. With the Lucerne pepper jack cheese, I'm noticing, like I said in the review, that everything just gets kind of amped up on this cheese. And definitely all these peppery notes get amplified, and the vegetal pepper, the pepper plant notes come out, the green notes come out even more, and a little bit more of that salty salinity comes out of the cheese a little bit more. There's a tiny touch of like a funky lactic thing at the end of it, but it's pretty mild in the finish department, if that makes any sense for that kind of flavor. But I'm noticing as you leave the two alone after you've had one of each, that actually, I think it's the pepper spice that does end up building, and you can notice it building as you're sitting there contemplating what the heck you just, did to the back of the throat, because that's primarily where all the heat is. Again, it's not overpowering. I think some people would get either bored of that flavor, or if they don't like spice, they wouldn't like any of this together. So I think with the way that the Yukonot kind of already has a green citrusy and like a black pepper spice, I think it does work really well if you want and you like both of those things working together in tandem to give you a nice sensation in the throat and the mouthpiece there. So nice warming sensation from these. I will give the beer is awesome. I don't think I've ever had a Yukonot that I can remember that's just all by itself. Very unique lime and the New England IPA kind of flavors with the pepper. That's cool. The whole thing together will get at least a 93 overall, I think. I think that's a good rating for both of these things. It can be a little intense, the both of them together, but if you like the spice and the spice is nice, go try you some Yukonot IPA of almost any kind with the pepper jack cheese. You might find something you like about that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Right on.
Cheers, man.
Right on, dude.
Chicken wings.
Right.
Chicken wing.
Chicken wings? All right. Cool. Yeah, asahi. I like that with sushi. Yeah. Cool, man. So like this beer is excellent. I'll give it a 96 out of 100. I think I might have maybe scored it more or less in my reviews in the past, but I think a 96 is good. I forgot to tell you who this came from. It was from Ouzelfinch, and they call it a New York cheesecake style sour. So, I didn't get any the cream cheese. Maybe it just mixed in well with everything else, the vanilla and everything else. But look, cream cheese with this would go pretty good, I think. Anyway, yeah. So with the brie on its own, it's good. It's good cheese. It's got that ammoniated smell, the aging outer part of it, with that ammoniated thing. But inside it was this nice pocket of butter and milk. It was just really good. It would be really good on like crackers or even on a burger or something like that. Some heat or something like that. Be really good. Sounds great. So anything's good with heat, though, right? Yeah, so I'll give it a 95. I think the cheese was great. 97 beer, 95 cheese. Now together. Cheer. Beer before cheese was better than cheese before beer. Wait, Did I say that right? No.
Cheese before beer.
Cheese before beer was better than beer before cheese. In that it beer
Yeah, you said that right now. Yeah.
the cheese was not god dang.
Cheese before
Anyway,
beer.
cheers before beer, cheese before beer was nice, but it kind of, or the beer like overdid it or something. Am I saying it wrong again? I forgot.
No,
But
you're
you know
saying
where
it
I'm
right
going.
this time.
So, and then beer and then the cheese. That's right. Cheese tasted like paper, cardboard or something. It was just really, it didn't have any flavor. It was very bland. So a little heat in there might do it some niceness with some cream cheese added or something. Maybe that would be good. I don't know. But yeah, I think that pairing was okay. I would do it at about a 86. Out of here. No, it's 86 though. Definitely on the, I think on the pairing, it didn't go as well as planned, but definitely something to try though. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring everyone up. Let's bring everyone up, and we're just gonna let you go. Let's bring Brian there. We got Bumpy. Is that right? And we got Miscellaneous. There we go. All right, shout yourself out, please.
You're muted, Thrash.
I can't hear me because I'm not talking. All right. Wow, I put a video out today. It's a 5-hour brew day knocked down into like 20 some minutes, kind of going over making a white IPA. So you guys are more than interested, I'll put that in the chat. And yeah, the chat's been rocking tonight.
Yeah.
I got a couple more videos that I need to get completed. I haven't started yet, but I have the video. I just need to get it all together. But yeah, we'll get that done. But anyway, that's me. Check everybody out. Check everybody out in the chat as well. And yeah, thanks for having me, Beer Man. Good,
yeah,
to
dude.
hang out with everybody. Again, haven't been on for a little bit on this one.
Yeah, it's always good having you here, man. Thanks. Thank you, man. All right, Bumpy, what you got?
All right. So I got my normal 50-point inspection videos. Wednesday and Friday is when I put those out. So there'll be a new one up tomorrow for that. Have a new show on Mondays, a new live stream. This one's called New Brew. So pretty much bring a beer that you've never had before, and you can join up on panel if you'd like to. I had my first episode of that yesterday, so kind of want to get a gist of how the show goes. You can watch part of that or whatnot. I'll shout out Alex. I know Miscellaneous usually does, but he shouts out a lot of different folks. So I'll go ahead and take the Alex Food Friday. So on Alex, the Bearmasters channel, Food Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is it's going to be leftover Thanksgiving. So pretty much anything that goes with Thanksgiving, bring it. And yeah, cheers. Thanks for having me on. I hope to have a better cheese and beer next time.
Yeah, man. Come on.
I got a little bit better this time. A lot better this time.
All right. Cool, man. All right, Miscellaneous.
All right. So yeah, my Thursday show, the Thursday night beer session, is not going to run this Thursday because I'm going to be out of town and partying up. So yeah, stay tuned for that the following week. It's usually at 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, stop by. Usually pick up 4 different products that I haven't had and review them in succession. So always good trying to weed through some stuff and try some stuff that I haven't had. And then it's conflicting with the Bumpy show. So it's like, well, damn, I was just going to blow through a bunch of these beers that I never get. Now I need beers that I've never had. So I don't know, a little counterproductive, but whatever. I don't know I don't mind doing solo reviews of beer. I just haven't been doing them too much. I kind of like the setup of the just review in succession. I don't know, bang out a few reviews, and not a bad concept. Been pretty good lately. So yeah, other than that, Stout Sundays with John and Ellie. I don't know if it's going to be on his show this weekend. I don't know. Not sure. But that'll be at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. Stouts, porters, bring your beers. So that's pretty much it.
Nice. Right on, dude. Cheers. All right. Eric, what you got?
An empty glass. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna do tomorrow the Wild Card Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I guess it can kind of be almost agenda free. You can bring again, you just wild, right? You bring whatever you want. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I know people like to go out to the bar or whatever. We can kind of have an agenda free, do whatever you want. If you want to show music videos, jam out, I don't really care. Let's just have some more fun than even usual, even though we have a lot of fun. Let's just have that day before Thanksgiving and cheers. We'll see you then. 7:30
Nice.
Standard Time.
Cool, man. Right on. Cheers, dude.
Open invitation to all, yeah.
Sweet. All right. So I got an announcement for beer and cheese for next week. Get ready and get your shoes on and get ready to go to the store and buy some cheese. Let's do Asiago next week. It seems to go with quite a few different styles.
Back to the Asiago.
Who did that already?
Bumpy did it first, and then I think we all brought an Asiago one night.
Did we?
Asiago panel because Bumpy was like, "Oh,
Did we do
you
Asiago
need
already?
this by yourself, by
Let's do
itself."
something else. Let's do something else if we have done
Do something
Asiago.
I don't mind.
What do you guys want to do? I'm going to ask
I
you
wouldn't
guys.
mind rehashing it. I mean, that should be something everybody can find.
You want to do that again?
Do it.
I'm
All right,
up for it.
Asiago it is. Let's do it.
Asiago.
So next week, designated show, Asiago and any beer of choice.
Ooh.
The generic beer list that you guys probably go to too has a nice variety of beer styles that go with that Asiago cheese. So IPA is one of them. So I don't know if it's West Coast or what. Yeah, so we'll do that 8 o'clock Eastern, of course. And tomorrow will be the last stout for November. So bring a stout tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern if you can be there. And yeah, we'll do that for a good hour or half hour. Usually it depends on how many people are there. So 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific for that. And then the rest is you doing wild card after, you say?
Yes.
It's Wednesday tomorrow. That's right.
Yep.
It's the day before Thanksgiving. Thursday's Thanksgiving. Yeah, it is.
We'll host your after party. How's that?
Holy crap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we'll go to that. And yeah, so cool. Yeah, do that. And I'm working on getting my freezer, my cooling box done right now. So it's kind of nice. Kind of cool
Nice.
how it's coming together. So, all right. Cheers, guys. Thank you, panel. You guys rock as always. And we got Thrash Life, Bumpy Road Brewery, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews, and Thomas Middle 75. Check out their channels, and don't forget to smash that like on the way out, and subscribe if you haven't already. To all these guys, including myself, you can leave me out if you'd like. I don't care, but at least subscribe to these guys. But cheers to you guys out there in the chat. Very rocking chat tonight. Really enjoyed this. So good show tonight. All right, so we're out of here. Let's do it.